Hello friends, welcome back to another tutorial. How are you all doing, guys? Hope you're all good today and I hope you're doing great. So today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this 3-in-1 bonnet, 3-in-1 stylish bonnet. So you can style this in 3 different ways, and this is a sample I have here already. So this is a smaller size, okay? You have it in small size, you can have it in big size, but the measurement you use in cutting it is different. This ash color one, this one is the bigger size, while the navy blue one is a small size. Now for this navy blue one, even a child can wear it, an adult can still wear it. For the bigger size, an adult definitely can wear it, especially if you have a fuller hair or maybe like a big braid and all that. Or sometimes even without that, people just want that, extra space. Okay, yes. So now for this smaller one, you can see the band here now. The band I'm using is a stretchy fabric, which is lycra. That's what I'm using for both the band, either one you are making. Okay, now we'll go ahead now and take measurements of what we're going to be using. Now for the smaller one is what I'm going to be demonstrating here. Once you understand it, definitely you can also cut out for the bigger one. So I am measuring what 24, right? And you know that this satin fabric I'm using is a by 16 length. So because it's a by 16 length, I'm going to be getting what 2 different pieces. So now this is something that you play around with different colors that you want. So I do this a lot because I sell both in retail and wholesales. So this is something I do a lot. And for this particular one, I like to use one major color, which is black. Then I can mix it with varieties of different colors. Okay, yes, varieties of different color, but totally depends on what you want. So sometimes you can make just 2 different colors together, whichever one works for you. So but with this particular one I'm doing now, this is a wine fabric. I'll be doing wine and black. Okay, and like I said, this is 24 in width, and the length here, this is a by 16 length. So because of that, I'm going to be getting 2 different pieces from here. Okay, yeah, so I'm making a lot here, of course. So but this one is just a part of it. So because I folded this into 4 already, this is the 3rd fold now. So by the time I cut out my second, I'm going to be having 2 pieces. So I'll have 2 pieces from here. Then when I fold my black as well, I'll also have 2 pieces. Okay, but if you just want only one, that means you just need a 24 by 24. I hope you understand. So right now I'm placing my tape at the tip as if you're trying to cut out a peplum. I'll go ahead and mark out what 24 inches. Remember I said this is for a small size. So the only difference for the big size is that if it's for a big size, instead of 12, you are going to be cutting out 15. So which means the width of your fabric wall should be 30 by 30. The small one is 24 by 24, but the bigger one will be 30 by 30. I hope you understand. All right, so I've already cut that out, and also for my black I'll be doing the same thing for the other ones I have, but of course I have to use my cutting machine because it's a lot. Okay, all right, so now you can see, like I said, I have 2 pieces. So I'll just set one aside so that we'll focus on one, which is for the for demonstration of this tutorial. Now the first step now is to place your fabric right side to right side after cutting it out, and you go ahead and carefully pin it down. Now I'll go to my sewing machine and sew 0.5 inches round, but make sure you leave about 2 inches space where you'll be turning it out from. Okay, yes. So once you do that, right, I'll before that I just okay let me go ahead and cut out the other ones I need to, because power can be trusted here. So I just have to finish that before I go do the sewing. Okay, so once I'm done with that, now I'll go ahead and sew 0.5 inches round. And once I was done, of course, the next thing, of course, is to go ahead and trim the edges. After trimming it, then remember I said you leave about 2 inches where you'll be turning it out from. So after trimming it, you can give it some notch, and of course after that you go ahead and turn it to the right side. You can see. So once you're done turning it to the right side, the next thing now will be to give this a very good press. Now for ironing it, you have to be very, very careful. You start by ironing the tip, the very tip. So you're ironing it in such a way that each color will not be visible on either side. Okay, so it takes a lot of patience to do this, right? Yes. So once you're done with the edges, then you can now iron the entire body, both the front and the back. Now the next thing now to do now will be go ahead now, I'll make my pleats. So for my pleats, I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. So you go ahead and mark 1.5 inches round to give you an inner circle. Okay, so you chalk down 1.5 inches. So that place that you mark is where you're going to be what, creating what, your pleats. But I'm not going to be marking it. I'll just go ahead and sew, okay, just to avoid the chalk markings. But you can do that by all means. Then later on, of course, you can clean that off. So once you're done pleating, this is what you're going to have. Your cap is going to be like this. You just form your cap. But one thing you should also know, that once you form your cap, by the time you fold into the two and measure, you should be having what, 11 inches, either 11 inches or 11.5. okay, you should be having 11 or 11.5 inches, so that it can pass through the head. Okay, so if you pleat and you get less than that or even more than that, then you have to start all over again. Yes, you have to start all over again to pleat it, just to get that. So now, for me to make my pleats, it's also important to know that, you're working with two different color. So the one that you're going to be sewing on top, that's where your thread is going to be. So I'm working with color wine. I want it to be on the top, so that's why I have my color wine thread on the top, while the black will be inside my reeler. Okay, now for my band has to be 21 inches wide, which is what I have here. 21 inches wide, 10 inches in width. So I've already gone ahead to fold it into two and sew. That is why I have it like this. You can see. Then you go ahead and fold it again. So 10 inches wide, by the time you fold it a second time, that means the width of my band will be what, 5 inches. I hope you understand. It is 21 inches wide or 22 inches wide, because it's stretchy, right? Yes, so that's what I have. You can see I have this one, I've already pinned down. All right, so I've sewn it just so with 0.5. You can see it's stretchy, right? Yes, so once you've done that, then you have your band ready what, to be fixed. So if you measure what we have for the width, you can see that I have what, 5 inches. So 5 inches is going to be what I will use. Okay, and of course you can see the way I'm stretching it, so it can still stretch out to even, wider range. Okay, yes, so that's it. Now I'll go ahead now and start forming my cap. But before that, the place where you have that opening where we turned out our fabric to the right side, I have to close it up, right? After closing it up, then you can now go ahead and start creating your pleats. Remember I said 1.5 inches, so that's what I'm doing now. Just carefully what, make that pleat. You can see, just carefully make the pleats. Okay, and keep doing this all the way till you get to the very end. So that's where you already what, form your cap. You can see what I'm doing here. So once you're done, like I said, make sure that what, you measure it. So you can see, because of the difference of the thread, the wine color of course will be for the wine, the black stays on the black, so no color will be interrupting each other. And you can see here I have about 11 inches there. Okay, and this can go through my head. You can see, so even a small child can also wear this one as well. Okay, yes, so you can see what we have here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead now and what, fix my band. But before that, I need to mark some points. You can see the way I folded the cap into two. I'm marking that point. I also have to what, indicate another point there at the edge there. Then I'll go ahead and pick it up where I marked initially and turn it to the other side, so I can mark another point. So this way I will have 4 points, 4 points marked down. You can see this here. So 4 points marked down here. So 1 here, 2 here, 3, and 4. So what I did here, I'm also going to be what, doing it on my stretchy fabric, my band. Okay, so the way I have it folded into two, I had to use my pin to hold it down so that it doesn't move around. So I'll place it, just see what I'm doing, exactly what I did on the cap. I'm also doing it for the band. You also mark what, 4 points as well. Just use your chalk to do that, flip it to the other side and also mark the other point. So this way now you already have 4 points. And if you notice, I'm marking this part on the part that is open, not the unfold part. You can see now I'm going to be what, passing my cap through my band. You can see the way it is. I will start sewing. So what you did now is the part that is open, you're going to be what, aligning it. Every point that you mark must align with the one on the cap. And also important to note that it has to be what you place it 0.5 inches upward. I hope you understand. That's your band should be what placed 0.5 inches upward, that line, the seam line. So that seam line on the cap, that's the seam line you use to form your cap, is what is going to be your guideline, okay? Because that's where you're going to be sewing. So the most important thing now is to pin it down, just making sure that every point that you chalked down, okay, aligns with each other. Then you just go ahead and pin it down. And if you notice, I am pinning it down on the column line side because that's where I'm going to be sewing. You can see I'm done pinning it down, then I'll go ahead and start sewing. So also very, very important, take note that your sewing must be on that already sewn seam, okay? So the seam that you use to form your cap, that is exactly where you are still going to sew. So it even makes it easy because you just follow through that seam and be sewing. And while you're sewing, you have to also be checking underneath to make sure that what your stretchy fabric is 0.5 inches upward. I hope you understand. And because at this point the cap could be wider than the stretchy fabric, so while you sew you also have to stretch. So the good thing about pinning those 4 points down is that as you're sewing from one pin point to the next pin point, you'll be stretching the band. I hope you understand. As you're sewing, you'll be stretching. So this part you just need a bit of patience to really do it, so that you don't just keep sewing on top without looking under. No, you might have it not properly placed. So as you're sewing, you are looking at underneath and making sure that the fabric is properly stretched out. Okay, yes, you can see. So this is what you keep doing. And of course, once you're done, the cap is ready. You can see how this looks. So going ahead now, you can see what this looks now. It's all ready. Our cap is ready. So go ahead now and style this. Now the first styling is you have both the band and the ruffle visible. You can see the band and the ruffle is visible. So this is the first styling. You can have it like this. Then another styling is you will tuck in the band and only the ruffle here will be visible. You can see, and we are still on the wine color. You can see this point only the ruffle is visible with the wine color. Okay, you can see how this look beautiful. Why the final styling now is you'll be swapping it to the other color, but this time around only the band will be visible with the other color. So you can see what we have. So the first one, the band and the ruffle will be visible. The second one, only the ruffle will be visible, and this final one only the band will be visible, of course with a different color. So this is it, guys, on how you can style your bonnet in 3 different ways. Okay, and this is a very, very easy process, trust me. If in any way you're confused, just kindly go over it again. I'm sure you get it right. Thank you so much, guys. We've come to the end of this one. I will see you on my next tutorial. Bye.